I heard Dan Henry say this, and it's so true. And this is what he said: becoming a millionaire isn't hard. What's hard is getting out of your own way. I mean, isn't that their paradox? Okay, that we are the problem. But then, if let's flip it here for a second. If we flip it into manifesting, you see, manifesting isn't hard. What's hard is getting out of your own way. Living your dream life isn't hard. What's hard is getting out of your own way. You see, living life on your terms isn't hard. What's hard is getting out of your own way. Having your dream house isn't hard. What's hard is getting out of your own way. Driving your dream car isn't hard. What's hard is getting out of your own way. Making money isn't hard. What's hard is getting out of your own way. And you might be thinking, my friends, you might even agree with me with this kind of paradox, what I've been kind of explaining here, is that, well, I understand what you're saying, Chad, but how do we actually do it? What do you really mean? And I'm going to talk about it from a manifesting standpoint, but it really, you can apply this to anything. You can apply it to becoming a millionaire if you want, living your dream life, whatever. But as a manifesting principle, what I mean by manifesting isn't hard. What's hard is getting out of your own way. You see, what happens is you're in your own way. You're the problem. This is kind of the mirror principle 101. Okay, if I stand in front of the mirror, what do I see? Bottom line, am I in shape? Well, I'm going to see it's a self-reflection. I'm going to see that I'm in shape. Am I out of shape? That's what I'm going to see. So the mirror principle in manifesting and in success is that what you see in your 3D world is just a self-reflection of what's inside you. Okay, that's a mirror principle because that's how manifesting works. Manifesting works from the inside out. Okay, bottom line. Okay, you can't hide. You might be able to fool other people. You might be able to manipulate other people, but you cannot manipulate your subconscious mind. You cannot manipulate the universe or God. Okay, bottom line. So how you get in your own way is really what's inside you is your internal thoughts and your beliefs. Bottom line, what happens is your beliefs and your internal thoughts hold you back because most of the time, if you're watching this video and you're wondering how to do this, most of the time, it's our thinking patterns. It's our negative thinking patterns. We believe we can't do it. We make up a whole bunch of excuses why it's not going to happen. Besides being positive about the outcome, besides looking at it as I can do this, you kind of flip it in your mind and you let your mind go crazy with all these little things that why it's not going to happen, or it's too hard, or people are just lucky. You see what I'm doing? Even your deep-rooted beliefs about living your dream life. Maybe you grew up in poverty. Maybe you grew up where you didn't see that growing up, and now today you hang around your whole environment, even your friends, best friends, and family. When you start talking about living your dream life, you start talking about breaking that cycle of poverty. You get made fun of, okay? And that holds you back as well. And that's all kind of a form of your beliefs. Okay, examples are is what are your beliefs about money? When we talk about money, do you get like a knot in your stomach? Okay, if you get like a knot in your stomach when people talk about money, or I talk about money on a video, well, you got some money blocks. Okay, you got to get out of your own way. You got to accept that, hey, I want to be rich. Hey, I want to make money. I want to make a lot of money. Okay, now what a lot of money for me may be different from you. And then maybe it's different for Dan Henry. I mean, Dan Henry, now I don't know Dan. I've talked to him a couple times, very, very briefly. But even for Dan, like he's made a choice that yes, he could make way more money than he's making right now. I mean, I'm not too sure. I know he's a millionaire. I know he makes $1 million a year. I don't know how many millions he makes a year, but he's made a choice too. He's made a choice as what's enough. Okay. Now I heard him say, like, I just want to make enough money to live a dope life, take care of my family, but at the same time, I want to be there for my family. I want to spend time with my kid. You know what I mean? I want to spend time with my wife. I don't want to just work 18 hours a day until I'm exhausted and pass out at nighttime. Okay. So you're going to have kind of that borderline what you really want, but you have to make it about you. Now let's move on here for a second, because before I get down a rabbit hole, because I want to show you how you get in your own way when we talk about manifesting. See, the second thing is you doubt. You second guess yourself. Okay, you let worry, doubt, and fear creep in, and it stops you. Or anytime your intuition works, anytime you have a gut feeling to do something, you second guess that gut feeling. You start overthinking, overanalyzing that intuitive thought that you have to go do something. That's you're holding yourself back. That's a prime example of getting in your own way. Okay. See, this is how manifesting really works. Is one of the ways, not the only way, is if I say manifesting isn't hard, what's hard is you're getting your own way. You see, once you set an intention, once you say, I want my dream house, I want my dream life, and all of a sudden you kind of tend to let it go, and you're having an intuitive idea to do something, that's when you take action. You take action on your intuition. But instead of taking action, you hold your own self back because you feel the idea, you have the idea, but instead of doing it, you second guess yourself. You think, should I really do this? Is this the best thing to do? Then you start overanalyzing it. I mean, most of us do this. I mean, I'm not the only crazy one that does this. Okay, even I do this. Okay, it's about following your intuition, following your gut feelings, and taking action on it immediately. But why does it stop you? Sometimes it's just doubt, worry, and fear. Sometimes it's something that you're scared to do, that you have to step out of the box in order to live your dream life. Now, number three here is being kind of obsessed with the how, being obsessed with looking for the how. And when you're obsessed and looking for the how it's going to happen. Okay, what are all the things I need to do? Okay, you're trying to control the outcome besides letting it go. What ends up happening is you're not thinking about who you're being. You see, I talk about a lot about identity stuff. Okay, identity work. Okay, being that most successful version of you. But when you're in this how moment, when you're obsessed with the how, you're obsessed with looking, you're obsessed with how can I make this happen? Okay, you're trying to force it. Remember, when you're obsessed with the how, you're trying to force it. And in the manifesting world, remember, force causes friction and friction negates. Bottom line, okay, you lose sight of, besides being that most successful version of you right now, you're being that old self. Okay, now let's flip back to Dan Henry here for a second. You see, most millionaires, and I think Dan would agree with me on this, is that now either he's learned it before he became a millionaire, or people have learned it right after they became a millionaire, just because this is what they've learned to kind of keep their money or keep making millions of dollars. It's about who you are being. It's about, before you're a millionaire, it's acting and behaving, making decisions and carrying yourself and acting on your intuition, not letting fear, doubt, and worry stop you, letting go of the process, getting out of your own way first before you become a millionaire. Now, I gave you a lot of stuff that popped out of my mouth there. Okay, but what I mean is you act as if. Okay, you act like that most successful version of you before you're successful, before you have $1 million in the bank. Okay, it's the same thing with manifesting. Is if you want your dream house, well, you act and carry yourself and behave like you already have your dream house. You see, this is the ultimate success principle. Every flippin' wealthy person that makes $1 million or more talks about this. They have the same flippin' story. And like I said, some of them learned this in the beginning, and some of them learned it where they did make $1 million. They did become a millionaire before kind of, they could have been an unconscious competent, like Bob Proctor says. I mean, unconscious competent is somebody who they're successful, they're very successful, but they don't know why they're successful. They can't really teach you why they're successful. Okay, this is unconscious competent. Okay, but for those people, at some point when they become ultra successful, they become a millionaire, they learn that, well, it's all about me behaving like this most successful version of me, adapting that behavior. Like if I want to make more money or I want to become a billionaire, it's about acting and behaving like a billionaire. Okay, they adopt it, they learn it because that's what keeps them in the game. That's one of the secrets that keep them making their money, because they have to think more successful. They have to become that most successful version of them. You understand that? And number four, the last one I want to share with you, is that the fear of letting go of control. Okay, that's really the ultimate one. That's what I think, what I mean is getting out of your own way. Like when I say, again, I'll repeat myself one more time. When I say manifesting isn't hard, what's hard is you getting out of your own way. Living your dream life isn't hard. What's hard is you getting out of your own way. Okay, you're not getting out of your own way because you want to be in control. Again, you want to be in control, which leads to you looking for the how, because you're trying to control how it comes to you. You're trying to control this one way your dream life is going to come to you, rather than there's 1,000 different ways it can come in. Okay, that's why you want to let it go. Because remember, when you hang on to it, you can't let go. You're constantly looking for it. Again, this causes friction. Friction is like force, and force negates from you. Force kind of repels everything from you. And because you want it too bad. You see, lots of times we want this stuff too bad. And for us wanting it too bad, we create this shield around us, and it really blocks what we want. Okay, I'm trying to give you like a funny visual here so you can kind of see. Okay, and it's really, I mean, it sounds so simple. Let go and let God. Let go, let it be. Don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Don't give two fucks. Whatever you want to say but it's really true. The more you can just let go and really kind of like let go and not care the outcome, it will flip back to you, and it will come to you, my friends. I mean, I have so many awesome stories about, even with myself. Okay, you're hanging on to stuff because, again, you really want it, and not until maybe you hang in there long enough. Maybe it's months. Maybe it's 6 months. Maybe it's a year. Maybe it's years. You constantly hanging on to it. But once you let it go, once you let it be, like 2 weeks later, it comes to you. Okay, I have an awesome story about my mom. I'll try my best to put the video down below, and and it's such an awesome story about my mom, of just letting go and letting it be, or using the not technique. Like, I don't want this. Why do I want this? I can't make no more money. Okay, that was my mom, because my mom was getting ready to retire, and when she went to her attorney, the attorney said, "Well, you made too much money." And I don't want to get super personal why she was making too much money, but because that's just personal stuff. But the attorney said, "You got to stop making money." So when she goes home, my mom's kind of like obsessive like I am. So besides being obsessed with her bills, obsessed with what money's leaving, obsessed paying her bills, okay, she becomes obsessed with, I can't make no more money. So when she's getting ready to retire, she's all like, she's even talking to me saying, I don't know if I don't know, I might deny my pension. And I'm trying to talk her into it. I was like, Mom, no, you don't deny your pension. Take your pension. You worked really, really hard for that pension. Take your pension. And it was a bunch of little stuff. That's why I put the video down below, because I'm butchering the story. But it's such a great story, because she was literally just, I'm not going to take my pension. Okay, I don't want this. I don't want that. I can't take it because I make too much money. And you know what? For her doing this for the next several months of her saying, no, I make enough. I don't want it because I have enough. Money just kept on coming in, popping in. She was getting all these bonuses through work. And even, I mean, her work was a type of work, like when you retire, they pretty much stop giving you bonuses. Like, no, but she knew nobody working there for years and years. Like when somebody retired, they didn't get their bonuses. They didn't, her workplace didn't really do the right thing when it came to retirement, except when she retired. She started getting all these bonuses, these weird bonuses, things she thought she wasn't going to get. She got it. She even got vacation pay after she retired. But it's so true. Like when you finally just let go, let it be, don't care, or even if you're using a not technique where it's like, no, I don't want it. Because when you do that, no, I don't want it, it means that you already have it. So that's why things start coming to you like flipping crazy. Okay. So as we sum up this video, because I want to go on and on and on, because I love talking about this stuff. And I know you guys know that. My videos can be long-winded. But let me end it with this. Let me end it with what Dan Henry said to make you think is being a millionaire, becoming a millionaire isn't hard. What's hard is getting out of your own way. Okay? Having manifesting work for you isn't hard. What's hard is getting out of your own way. Having your dream life isn't hard. What's hard is getting out of your own way. Having your dream house, your dream car isn't hard. What's hard is getting out of your own way. Having your dream job, your dream career isn't hard. What's hard is getting out of your own way. Being a successful entrepreneur isn't hard. What's hard is getting out of your own way. Okay, my friends? Anything you want in life isn't hard. What's hard is getting out of your own way. And other than that, my friends, that's where I'm going to leave it. Thanks for sticking around, YouTube fam and tribe. Always check out the description. That's where I have all the nuggets for you. Some are free, some you pay for, but check that out. That's where I keep everything updated. Other than that, remember, I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.